Hey everybody, welcome back to Mixing Music Analog and mixingmusicanalog.com, and here on my YouTube channel. And this time out, we're going to take a look at another piece of gear and do a little walkthrough of the Wes Audio Prometheus stereo or dual mono Pultec style 500 series EQ. Say that 3 times fast. We're going to listen to it on some drums, maybe on some acoustic guitar, maybe a couple other things, just to kind of give you a look-see at it and tell you a little bit about Wes Audio, because I own a lot of their stuff. And they're really great, and you really ought to check them out. But before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe. And again, if you're one of the 70% that are not subscribed to Uncle Dave's YouTube channel here, but you're watching the videos, please subscribe. It really does help. Also, if you want to learn about hybrid mixing and the hybrid mixing workflow, check out my 2 hybrid mixing courses. The link will be in the description box below. Go check those out today, and leave comments below and let me know what other kind of video ideas you have. So here we are, Wes Audio. Let's talk about Wes Audio, and then we're going to talk about the Prometheus EQ. Now, before we get started, no, this is not a sponsored video. This EQ is on loan to me from the good folks at Wes Audio. I have to send it back. I don't get to keep it. They did not pay me for the video, blah, 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 blah. You guys have asked me about a couple of their products, the EQs, and we took a look at the Hyperion already in another video, and now we're taking a look at the Prometheus. So I reached out to Wes Audio, asked them to send me a couple of demo units, and they did, but they are going back. So the reason why I'm checking out these EQs is because you guys asked for it, and I'm a big fan of Wes Audio products. So let's talk a little bit about the Wes Audio ecosystem, and everything I'm gonna mention. Links are in the description box below if you want to check them out at Sweetwater. And yes, those are my affiliate links. Thank you so much in advance if you want to check those out. So I own several of the Wes Audio products already, and I have for years. I have 3 of the 500 series racks by Wes Audio. I have 2 super carriers, which are 11 slot 500 series chassis. And then I have the Titan, which is a 10 slot 500 series chassis. What's the difference between the Super Carrier 2 and the Titan, you ask? That's a great question. The difference is really this. One is an 11 slot, one's a 10 slot, but more importantly, the Titan has an extra feature that the Super Carrier doesn't have. On all of the 500 series Wes Audio products, their modules, they are digitally controlled with a plug-in in the box, which makes them super unique. It's one of the things I love about Wes Audio, that not enough manufacturers are making hardware that's digitally controlled, but Wes Audio does. On the front of every one of the 500 series modules, you'll see a little micro USB port. When you're using the Titan 500 series chassis, you don't need to plug in a micro USB cable into every one of your Wes Audio modules. You can just plug one USB cable from the back of the Titan into a port on your computer. So let's say you had 10 different Wes Audio 500 series modules in the Titan 500 series chassis. You only need one cable out of the back of the Titan into your computer. Now you can digitally control all 10 of those modules. Super cool. Conversely, the Super Carrier is more of a traditional type of a 500 series rack. That particular feature doesn't exist. However, have no fear. If you have a 500 series module by Wes Audio in a Super Carrier, you can still control it with a plug-in. That's when you would use your micro USB cable on the front of the unit like we have here. You can see it somewhere on the screen. You'll see there's a cable going out into my computer. That allows us to control the plug-in, which we're going to take a look in a minute. So regardless of the chassis that you have, you can still control all the Wes Audio products with a plugin, and that is the super unique feature about it, which is so cool that you could sit right here in the mixing position, control your hardware without ever having to go over there and touch it. However, if you feel better rolling over to the rack and twiddling the knobs with your actual hands, you can do that as well. Either or, but all the settings are savable in the plugin, are totally 100% recallable. I personally own the 3 500 series racks, along with the Dione stereo bus compressor, the VCA, kind of the SSL bus compressor. Again, there's already a video on the channel. You can check that out. I own the Wes Audio RIA, which is the very new stereo compressor. Again, review on the channel. And I also own the Wes Audio NG bus compressor, which is the stereo bus compressor. I use it on drums all the time. And I also now own the Wes Audio NG76, which is the full rack unit of an 1176, again, completely digitally controlled with a plug-in. So I'm a Wes Audio fanboy. Love their stuff. Everything sounds great. They don't make a bad product. Again, check all the links in the description box below. Let's head on in here into Studio One and let's look at the Prometheus digital plugin. So here we go. So here it is. So now wherever you put this plugin physically in your session, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's really where is it patched into the patch bay physically. That's how the hardware is controlled. The plugin can be anywhere. In this particular case, we're going to listen to it on a drum bus, right? So I got it on the drum bus in Studio One here, but it doesn't matter where you put it. So let's take a walk through this plugin. Really, really simple. This is their Pultec style EQ with a couple of additional features. If we look here, we have left and right. They're identical from the left side of the plugin to the right. Now this can be run in stereo or dual mono, which is another cool thing. So you can actually run this as two separate Pultec style EQs, or you can run it on a bus like we're doing here. If we look at the top left-hand corner, we have the output knob. So if we can boost the output up or down. I think it's 15 dB up or down. Yes, we can do that. And as you see, as I control the plugin, you'll see on the hardware, if you look closely, you'll see the white LED light. So you can see I'm controlling the plugin. Okay, really, really cool. Okay, so that's our output. We have our high cut selectors here, 4K, 8K, 12, and 20. This is high cut only, plus or minus up to 10 dB. You can see the you can see the graphic display at the bottom of the plugin. So this is true to a Pultec, right? In the middle here, we have our high frequency boost, 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, 8K, 10K, 12K. Again, we have a variable Q on that, just like you do on a Pultec, and we have a plus or minus 10 dB. Okay, really cool. And then we have our famous low frequency. We have 20, 30, 60, 100, 200, or 120, 250, right? Again, selectable here, right? And then we have a boost, and we can also cut at the same time, which is what makes the Pultec style EQ special. As you boost, you can cut and boost the same frequency. So watch what happens to the curve. A lot of people don't understand visually what's going on with the EQ curve when you boost and cut at the same time. What's great about this Wes Audio Prometheus is you can see it right here in the digital display. So at 60 Hertz, if I'm boosting 6 dB and then I'm cutting, you can see how it changes the curve a little. If I don't cut at all, you can see the slope. And as I start to cut, you can see that that slope gets a little bit more sharp and then it dips off. That's kind of the beauty and the uniqueness of a Pultec style EQ. So having that digital readout is really cool. Now the second feature about a Wes Audio product, and all their products have this, alongside the fact that it's digitally controlled, they also have here in the bottom left-hand corner the total harmonic distortion circuit, which I love, which you can have it off, you can have it medium, or you can have a high setting to add a little bit of color and some saturation to your signal. We're going to demo this in a second. So let's start off with this thing flat. Let's put everything at flat here. Where are we here? Where are we here? Boost, there we go. And let's listen to this on the drum bus. Now, this, what you're gonna hear in this song here, again, we're just listening to drums, but this is coming from a session I just took off the console. It's completely mixed. All I did was replaced my drum bus compressor, which was an API, with this Prometheus so we can check it out on the drum bus. This is a song by, you won't hear the whole song here, but this is the drums from the band Jupiter Groove. The name of the song is Freedom to Fall. Check the links in the description box below so you can check out their stuff. And I've already did an Inside the Mix episode about this song exactly, so you can learn more about Jupiter Groove. Thank you, Jupiter Groove, for allowing me to use this song here on YouTube for this demonstration. Okay, here's our drum sound, completely mixed, going to a drum bus. It is going to the Wes Audio NG bus compressor first, doing about 4 dB of compression, and then we're coming into the Prometheus. Let's listen. Okay, so you could hear here how this Pultec kind of works, where you have a 60 hertz bump, and then we're also using the cut. The more I cut and the more sharp, or the more less gentle or steep that curve and that bump is, you can hear it gets a little bit more tight and a little bit more focused. This is the beauty of a Pultec. So you can see that here, and this is great to have a visual representation of what's going on here. So you can use your ears and use your eyes to see what it's kind of doing. Listen to the kick drum as we adjust this. So there we got a little bit of a boosted 5K, and by using, again, the bandwidth, you can narrow the cue or make it a little bit more gentle, a little bit more wide. Now let's listen to the total harmonic distortion circuit. This is, again, my second favorite feature, and probably the thing I love the most about the Wes Audio stuff, is this stuff is really great. So right now it's off. I'll go to medium and then high, and then we'll turn it back off so you can hear what that does. So I like it on its high setting, but then the kick drum gets a little bit farty because we did a big boost here. So let me put it back on the high setting and maybe adjust the low end a little bit to kind of dial it in. And then again, you can adjust the output. Again, we're boosting some frequencies here. It gets a little louder. You can always turn the output down a little bit. Another great thing I love about this EQ, and hardware EQs in general, this is not unique to the Wes Audio Prometheus, but in hardware in general, I've noticed with hardware EQs versus plugins, when you boost the top end on hardware EQs, they don't get really brittle and really shrilly sounding. They tend to still sound smooth and musical, which I like here. We're doing a pretty good boost here. We're doing what, almost 8 dB at 12K. You can see how broad it is here by using the bandwidth. Again, you can narrow that up a little bit, but even at its narrowest Q, it's still a pretty good thing here. You're grabbing everything from about 5K all the way up here, and it still sounds smooth, even on its high THD setting. Sounds really great, even at 30 hertz with a big boost here, just to get some really low end on that kick. It really sounds great. So this is a wonderful EQ. Again, because it's a stereo, which what we're listening to now, or it could be used in dual mono, which means you can patch it into your patch bay. You can insert, the left side on an acoustic guitar and the right side on something else if you wanted to. It also has the ability down here on the plug-in. It's in stereo, it could be dual mono, or it could even be going mid-side. So there's a lot of flexibility with this EQ, and it sounds really great. So if you're looking for like a Pultec style, this is great. Doesn't have any tubes in it, but it has a lot of flexibility, and it has that same kind of vibe, if you will, as a Pultec. And a lot of people don't realize that Pultecs, the famous ones, the ones that are most popular are tubes, but they also made solid state ones as well. Bob Clearmountain uses a pair of the Silverface solid state Pultecs, and he tends to prefer them even over the dark gray blue ones. Go look that up on YouTube. I thought that was kind of interesting. So this is really great. So we got a couple more minutes here. Give me a break here. Let me go ahead and repatch this here, and maybe I'll patch it into something like an acoustic guitar this time around, just so we could hear it on an acoustic. Be back in a second. Okay, we're back. So we have now the Prometheus down here on an acoustic guitar bus. So let's check that out and let's see how it sounds on an acoustic. Here we go. Okay, we got a little more pan to the center. This was originally panned over towards the left. Now it's panned directly up the center, so let's take a listen. Again, just sounds great. So we got a pretty big boost here. 5K, I was boosting 5K, 8K, 10K. Again, using a combination of the cut and the boost. On the low end, it really does change the characteristic of the sound. And again, what I really love about this is the total harmonic distortion circuit. I say that all the time when I'm working with Wes Audio gear. It just gives you that little extra flavor. So it's a really cool EQ, man. I mean, again, if you're looking for a Pultec style, again, you're really getting two for the price of one. You can use these on 2 mono tracks. You can use them on stereo tracks. They're super affordable. I think this thing probably runs around, again, check current pricing, but I know it doesn't run more than about $1,300. I know that for a fact. They're somewhere between $1,100 and $1,300 new from Sweetwater. Again, links will be in the description box below. And again, because it's completely recallable and digitally controlled from the plugin, that is fantastic. And again, with the total harmonic distortion circuit, it may be worth checking out. So I hope you liked this first look here and a listen to the Prometheus by Wes Audio. Again, thank you so much to Wes Audio for sending me this, as well as the Hyperion. We did another video on that. Again, those have to go back. The Hyperion I probably don't really have a need for, but I may see if I can actually buy this one from Wes Audio or get myself another one. Again, they didn't give this to me. This can be really handy. I love having 2 solid state kind of Pultecs that we can use. I have an audio-scape tube-based one. This might be a nice addition to the collection. So again, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Again, if you're one of the 70% that's watching Uncle Dave and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. And also make sure you check out mixingmusicanalog.com as well as the link in the description box below for the hybrid mixing courses. Everything will be in the description box below. Leave comments below as well and let me know if you use any of the Wes Audio gear, and if you do, which pieces do you use? Because I think I own everything pretty much that they have except for these two that we've looked at, and I think their products are great. Do you use Wes Audio stuff? If you do, let me know what you use and let me know how you like it in the comments below. And until the next video, I've been Dave with Mixing Music Analog and mixingmusicanalog.com. Thank you so much for watching me today, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next video.